A private developer is claiming ownership of over 2 acres of land in cantonments in Accra belonging to the Department of Parks and Gardens. Reverend Dr. Ezekiel, representing the developer, claims to possess all necessary documents from the Ministry of Local Government to support the claim. However, he denies involvement with the land guards to protect the land. Reverend Dr. Ezekiel threatens to cite the director of the department for contempt and obstruction, alleging he is impeding his access to the land. Fred Duo reports on the unfolding dispute.
There are news circulating on social media indicating that the headquarters of the Departments of Parks and Gardens have been taken off by some people described as land guards. They are taking a portion, claiming or laying claim to that portion belonging to them. Now, where is the location of Parks and Garden? It is situated between the Russian and then the Italian embassies within cantonment. And within this particular space, we have variety of flowers and other forms of trees that people who take interest in gardening do come here to get the expertise of the workers here at the Parks and Garden. Now, they have a land size, in my estimation, will be over 10 acres. Now, let's take a walk to where the people are laying claim to be for them, and for that reason, they brought some gentlemen to come and move, we understand, a container that has been placed here by Parks and Garden. That container has been removed, and theirs has since been placed there to replace that of Parks and Garden. So this is a container, we understand, belongs to Parks and Garden. They have some equipment in there, I am told. But these two containers right here, which is the white and then this particular one, we understand belongs to the said land owner or the man who is laying claim to this piece of land. Now, from the Parks and Garden entrance to all these places, we understand it's been a walled or fenced area. But because they were moving those trees, you remember the trees that were taken from the land at the National Cathedral location, they've been moved to this particular area for preservation until the project there is fully completed. And that is how come they actually paved way through this place for them to gain access to the land and then erect the trees they uprooted from the cathedral. This particular place has now become an entrance to this piece of land. So to my left is the Russian embassy, and to the farthest right would be it is for the Italian embassy. And this is the piece of land we understand one Reverend Dr. Ezekiel is laying claim to. They've come here, we understand about some 7 men who are heavily built men came to this land, and they had a bit of confrontation with workers at the Parks and Garden. Now, the director at the Parks and Garden has since reported this case to the Cantonment Police Station, and they are they've taken their statement, as well as they've invited the said man who is laying claim to this piece of land. They've invited him also to the police station, and his statement has been taken. This issue has also been reported to the Ministry of Local Governance and Decentralization. The minister is now aware of this particular case, and hence we understand there is going to be a meeting between the parties on Monday. So the officials from the Parks and Garden are not going to say anything to us until they meet with the police. We do not know the content of these containers. As to whether they are building materials, we can't tell yet. But one thing that is so visible is that some people came here to do a bit of mixing of concrete on this particular ground. And that is how come you see these particular pillars, concrete pillars being erected, waiting for it to dry up. There are some people we've seen around who indicated that they witnessed what happened the other day. What really happened, gentlemen?
Okay, we are here in the afternoon before Parks and Gardens people bring a forklift car, and they came to raise this container from the yard and they put it here. And the other one, the white one over there, like they are putting it beside this one before the man came with 4x4 and closed them with the car. before the people from Parks and Gardens too came and they were arguing here in the afternoon. So it's a lot of people came here yesterday and they argue before we are here. They doesn't tell us anything. They argue and they left.
Do they look like langars? Do you see people?
No. We don't see any longer. Past the gardens there, we know all of them.
Okay.
We know all of them. But it's only two strangers that came here. That man that is using the 4x4 and the young guy that is using the V8.
But no fight ensued?
No. They doesn't fight. They make a lot of noise over here.
We've been fortunate to get Reverend Dr. Ezekiel, the man allegedly laying claim to these 2 acres of land within the Parks and Garden area, and he's been speaking to me over the phone.
Parks and Gardens have been sent to court on that very piece of land, and what they are doing is contemptuous. And I will cite them for contempt. They were arrested. The ones that were in the case have just got to me from the same story. So now the case has brought more highlights, which ask the Parks and Gardens, if they are not in court and been enjoined.
What's the size of the land in question that you are laying claim to?
It's 2 acres, 2 and plus acres.
And for how long have you been in court now?
More than 3-4 years ago. They had a container on our land. And we asked him, who put the container there? He says, oh, they are the caretakers of whoever owns the land. So I asked him that if that is so, then let me put the container outside. And he agreed to it. And then I asked him to, if you want the container there, you should send me a request or a permission for consent, which he did. What the director is doing is totally bad faith and out of character. I never believed that at his caliber. He promised me that even if I want to engage him to protect the land for me, he's ready and available.
Was it the case that there was a bit of confrontation when they came to the land?
Serious one. I have the video. I'll send you the video. Threaten me that they'll bury me alive. Ask them. They'll bury me. Is this a landadism issue? Why would you bring your staff to come and threaten us and confront us with that he has conducted a search and is not convinced that the land is for Danny Ike, the company? Then he turns around, plays the show the following day. And the law says, prove it with your documents. You have done your search. The case pending in court will merge with this one and we will cite him for contempt. Injuncted, don't come to the land. Your bosses are local government. Do executive instrument decision. Then you at your level, you interfere. If you want to verify, speak to your bosses, do a search, which you have done. If you want to acquire land in Ghana, and this is legitimate, you don't need land guard, you don't need confrontation. What you need is exhibit your evidence.
So in this case, who brought the langars to the land?
It is him. It's him. Ask him. His team there, his workers and his team security.
My name is Fred Duho, reporting from the Parks and Garden area in Cantonment for Citi News.